Welcome to my video on ideas for improvements to Boom Beach. Recently, the Boom Beach team have come under heavy criticism from the community over the release of the March update. The backlash from releasing a new content patch with literally game-breaking bugs has caused players across the board to raise their collective pitchforks. And while it's fun to take a big shit on Supercell's head over their track record of breaking their own game, it also led me to thinking if there was anything I could do in a constructive light in an effort to move the game in a direction that would make it even better than it already is. I took some time to consider where are the areas I feel could use some improvement, and are there any new feature ideas which I feel players would enjoy. Firstly, I'd like to share my thoughts on what is great about the game, before putting forward which parts of the game I think are lacking, and ideas for improvement. In terms of new content, Boom Beach has never been better, and this has been improving for quite some time. The introduction of heroes was a huge power boost to players, and added a whole new level of complexity and skill to attacking. Next we were given tribes, which again provided flair through buffing troops, resources, and offenses. This allows for a regularly changing meta, and breaks old paradigms for base layouts and troop choices. Finally, we received temporary gunboat abilities, which again offers new and exciting ways to utilize powerful tools, and promotes innovation and creativity. These, coupled with the quality of life changes we continue to receive, proves that the Boom Beach development team, while seemingly unable to release new features without breaking their own game, are working harder than ever, and Boom Beach has never been more dynamic to play. And yet, the game is seemingly in decline. Statue overhaul. Firstly, let's talk about what is not fun about the current statue system. Statues in their current form are entirely too restrictive on players being able to experiment with new playstyles. Being unable to swap your statues around because you can't swap back is not fun. And neither is having a 29% troop damage masterpiece for 3 fucking years. By increasing statue flexibility, players become increasingly free to experiment with new lineups without fear of not being able to return to a familiar statue configuration. To achieve this flexibility, I suggest the following. Allow for troop damage, GBE, and troop health statues to be interchangeable, and implement a gradual increase of percentage to roll a perfect statue. Aside from 3 offensive VP pushing masochists, being able to swap these statues would benefit players across all levels of the game, and especially add a huge new world of possibilities for operation focused players. And to support this, we would require a storage full of decent statues. The only problem is that good statues are even rarer than a problem-free Boom Beach update. By gradually increasing the chance to craft a perfect statue, each time one that isn't perfect is produced, we eventually end up with great deployed and stored statues. New operation content. What the shit, Supercell, you really need to show your operation community some attention. The last update that contained any operation content was in November 2016. That's over 530 days ago. In that amount of time I could have taught myself to code a new fucking operation from scratch if I knew I'd be celebrating 2 birthdays before you bozos gave us something new. But I digress. In my opinion, the most pressing issues with regards to operations are as follows. Firstly, there is a distinct disconnect between the fun in preparing for an operation attack and the attack itself. What I mean by this is that staring at your device while you plan an attack in your head is not fun. The activity that I find the most fun is the same activity that I can only do for a few minutes of actual gameplay each day, and yet we can create our own NPC bases which are able to be shared with friends, and even share friendly challenges of our own bases with others in our task force. Some suggestions which I think would bring a lot of fun and engagement are an Operation Challenge event. Essentially it is a War Factory event, but on an operation map. The benefit of this being players get the chance to attack through each part of the base and gain relevant experience with transferable skills, which can be used in a real operation with their friends. Scaling rewards hinging on attacks used would make a great touch on an event like this. A player choice on the difficulty of the base may be required, or HQ16 players might end up with Green Court. Another idea could be to allow us to roll operations that don't grant force points or an operation base builder so we can share created maps with each other. Or well, you could just make some new fucking bases. My next idea centers around a new set of player achievements and correlating rewards. The current achievement system is one of the most underwhelming features in the game right now, and yet it has some of the highest potential to provide new purpose and engagement for players. Imagine new and exciting achievements to strive for. Defeat 3 player bases in 4 minutes. Defeat 300 player bases without scouting. Defeat 100 Dr. T events in less than 10 minutes. Defeat War Factory 100 times in 4 attacks or less. The possibilities are almost endless. And you could reward players with decorative items which show off their achievements. You could even think bigger than just things to drop on your base. Achievements could give you new look gunboats, new troop or hero skins, etc. And a final achievement for getting everything could give you a fancy player name icon, in the same vein the rank 1 VP players get. Obviously this would need to be hard as fuck to obtain. Also, don't be dickheads and make one of the achievements to hold an endless reserve subscription for 6 consecutive months or something like that. Thanks for watching. You don't even need to tell me if you like these ideas, because I already know they'd be fucking awesome. So until next time, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more shit like this. And I'll see you on the beach.